Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. All the world is waiting for you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Superboy Beyond. And this is an exciting day for me, well, for both of us, I suppose, because we are going to start watching another new show. Every now and then, we'll jump into a different show, and sometimes we'll just watch like one-off episodes, like the DC animated universe stuff. Like we'll watch random ones here and there, usually around Christmas or Halloween.
Yep.
But
Although I think we're out of
just
Christmas episodes now.
yeah, we might have to watch like, the Smallville Christmas episodes or something, or some of the Arrowverse stuff next year. But yeah,
Ugh, cringe.
we're watching. Yeah, I mean, I like Smallville, so maybe some of that will be good. So yeah, it should be fun anyway. I'm going to be watching the Lynda Carter Wonder Woman TV series, and I've seen a few episodes of this when I was a kid. I don't remember anything about it. I know I saw at least 2 episodes because I vaguely remember really liking the first one and then not liking the second. So I didn't watch any more. But I think that's probably because, I was a kid and I had a short attention span. So fingers crossed, I'll actually really love this show now. But yeah, get your DVD or Blu-ray ready. This is obviously season 1, episode 1, which is feature length. This is 1 hour and 14 minutes. So yeah, get your DVD or Blu-ray ready. I'll count you in with a 3, 2, 1 play. As long as you hit play when we do, we'll be watching in sync. Yeah, there's a very heavily filtered version that's going to be right up there in the middle, but that's purely there so you can keep in time with us.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll count you in 3, 2, 1 play. Let's go. 3, 2, 1 play.
So there's a little bit of context as to why it's set in World War II. Obviously, Wonder Woman got her start, in comics during World War II, um, and it was just done for the first season.
It's a shame. I kind of wish they would have stuck with the war for a bit longer, but do it in present day.
Yeah. And at the same time, in the comics, they decided to start telling World War II stories again. And this was the 1970s.
Hmm. Great theme tune.
Yep.
I actually think I might even prefer this theme tune to Batman 66's theme. I think Batman's is more iconic, but this is one I would actually enjoy listening to. Whereas na 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 gets a little bit annoying after a while.
Yeah, but nothing beats John Williams' Superman theme.
Hmm. It's a great intro. It's obviously very similar to Batman 66's intro, where it's very comic booky.
But the
I
difference
really like it.
between Wonder Woman and Batman 66 is the fact that they did this very seriously. This was not made as a, spoof or a.
Hmm. I just mean the intro itself is very similar in the way
Yep.
that it's put together.
And we've got a
Cloris
lot of.
Leachman.
Yeah.
I like Cloris Leachman.
Yeah, wait until you see who she's playing.
I think you probably told me at some point, but I'd forgotten it was this episode. I knew she was in the show at some point, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in the pilot episode only. And then she's replaced in later episodes with Carolyn Jones.
I know
And
that name, Carolyn Jones.
Morticia Adams.
The original, nice.
Yep.
That's definitely where I know her from. I know this guy as well.
Which one?
The guy I'm assuming he's like Baron von Strucker or something, but
The pilot or the
the guy talking, like the officer.
the officer? That's Kenneth Mars,
Yeah, he was in an episode of Columbo that I remember. I think he played a genius,
and
and he was
also Young
also in Malcolm.
Frankenstein.
Of course, he was. Yeah, he was the cop,
Yep,
the cyborg cop.
and
He was
the
also in Malcolm in the Middle. He was good in that.
yep the captain, the pilot is Eric Braeden, who has done a lot of sci-fi and genre stuff.
Mm.
But one of the most important things he ever did was um, the third Planet of the Apes film. He played Dr. Hessline,
Mm.
the
Did
one.
I call him Baron von Strucker earlier? Isn't that a
Yes,
Marvel character?
yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with Hydra. I see Nazis; they all blend together. I know that actor as well.
Henry Gibson.
Yeah, he's in loads of stuff. It's funny, he looks the same age there as he does years later in other shows like Boston Legal that I've seen. Like, I swear that guy doesn't age.
Yep.
He's like Leslie Nielsen. You go grey at a young age, you don't look like you age for about 30 years after.
Yep.
Yeah, he literally looks the same as he does like in Boston Legal and other stuff in the 90s. It's crazy.
So, of course, this is set in 1942. So it's firmly establishing that the United States has entered the war.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But that doesn't mean that the Nazis weren't already, infiltrating the U.S. at this time.
Let's face it, prior to World War II, like the US was basically in love with the idea of eugenics for a while. Like there's a lot of eugenics research that was done in the United States prior to World War II.
Yeah, but at least when we did it, it was a little bit more humane, so to speak.
Hmm. Still kind of a idea.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Eric Braeden is he's actually, I think, Austrian. So his
Hmm.
accent is legit.
Trying to remember what accent he had in Young Frankenstein. Must have been like a Transylvanian style accent, but it was probably similar.
Hmm.
And I think he was German in Malcolm in the Middle as well. Actually,
That
thinking about it.
you're thinking about Kenneth Mars. I'm talking about the pilot.
Oh, you're talking about the pilot. Sorry, I don't know who that actor is.
And
Is
then,
he
of
the
course,
one that looks a little bit like Scott Baio?
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know him from anything.
Yeah. Um, so
So
now
yeah,
we've
is
got
that
our introduction to Steve Trevor.
Lyle Wagner,
Yep.
who was almost Batman? Still strange.
Honestly, as good as Adam West was, I would have liked to see Lyle Wagner as Batman. He has the look.
Absolutely. He'd make a good Hal Jordan as well. Although,
Mm.
granted, I'm thinking of Hal Jordan just because he's in an Air Force uniform. I assume it's Air Force. I saw wings on the
No,
collar.
at this time, this was the Army Air Corps, so they were still part of the Army, and they wore the Army uniforms.
Fair enough. I saw wings on the collar, and I usually associate anything with wings with, yeah.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I would
say
have liked to have
the
seen him as
picture of
Batman.
the picture they've got of FDR on the back wall is not very uh good.
I didn't see. Oh yeah. Maybe it's a famous photograph or something. I don't know. Good matte painting, or maybe it's just a blown up photo. I don't know.
But it looks a lot better than the blown up photo that we had in that episode of the Superman serial. At-
Hell, I would even argue that the old style doing it like that looks better than stuff they were doing in the 90s. Like, even like you think about like episodes like Roads Not Taken and Road to Hell, when you've got the shots looking out of the window, like the blue/green screen, whatever it was they used, does not look good in those shots. If they'd stuck with a matte painting, like maybe it would have looked seamless.
uh, and the woman that was just in Steve Trevor's office is a Nazi spy.
Mm. And she's got this same identical photo of the president, like there on the desk. It's the
Yep.
same photo of him with the cigar or cigarillo thing.
Mm.
What do they call those?
It's a
Like
cigarette holder.
cigarette holder. Okay. I always just thought of them as the Cruella de Vil's. You know, she's the only character I always think of with those.
I like the fact that they are using the comic book style, you know, back at this location, back at that location.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really nice touch. Got to say, the lighting is good as well. It's stylized, but in a really, really cool way.
Mm.
Really shows off that set, gives it a lot of depth. Do they keep up the title card stuff like that through the whole show, or
Throughout
is it?
season one, they do. Once they move into the 1970s for seasons 2 and 3, they abandon that.
That's a shame.
They do keep the animated intro though, but they have to update it because it's the 1970s.
Makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the only reason they changed time and removed those title cards is just purely expense. It was probably very expensive to do that back then.
Yep.
Same reason with Batman 66, they switched from having the ban and the kapows like on screen with the actors, like to just cutting to a title card. Like it was considerably cheaper.
Yep.
I do love those sort of giant maps of the world like that. The only thing I do think is a shame, all the visual effects shots on the Blu-ray cut back to standard definition, the way Lois and Clark does.
Yeah.
But I understand why. You know, it would have been very expensive to rebuild all the effects. They might not even have the original elements anymore. They've cleaned them up a bit though, got rid of some of the color grain so it at least matches a little closer.
Mm.
You can just tell the detail's not there anymore.
And in one sequence just now, it turned black and white. It's going black and white.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is what happens when you use old World War II footage.
the amount of grain on that shot as well. You can tell they put a blue filter over it to try and hide that it's black and white, but you can tell.
Yeah.
Well put together though. I said that right before they cut to some really awkward close-ups.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had a bit of shaky cam when they had the close-ups of the actors' faces to keep it action-packed. I don't know. I don't know what you could do differently, to be honest. Yeah, some of the visual effect shots haven't really aged the best.
No, but it was the 1970s, and it was a TV budget.
Yeah, it's probably amazing they could do this at all, really. Get the shark repellent bat spray. Right. So we're finally getting to Themyscira.
Yep. Although at this time it wasn't called anything other than Paradise Island.
Fair enough.
And
I wonder where they actually went to shoot this stuff because it's beautifully shot.
probably a secluded beach in California.
Yeah, probably.
So they are doing an adaptation of the first Wonder Woman story.
I was going to say this is a scene that's been adapted multiple times
Yeah.
in various interpretations, you know.
Yeah. But unlike the one that we had most recently in the first Gal Gadot, it is actually set when it's supposed to be, which is World War II.
I'm okay with them changing it to World War One, though. To be honest,
Yeah, I mean,
I do think they shouldn't have skipped over World War Two, though. I think Wonder Woman 2 would have been interesting if it was set during World War Two.
Yeah, the only
But
reason why they didn't do World War II is, and this is the studio speaking. Oh, we don't want it to seem like we're ripping off Captain America.
I mean, it's part of both of their origins in the comics. You know, it's stupid.
Yeah.
But oh well. World War One, you know, I thought it worked very well. I thought No Man's Land was a really fun way to bring No Man's Land in to the story. Bit of subtext there. It was fine. It was good.
Yep. And
Oh,
there
there's
she
Cloris
is, Cloris
Leachman.
Leachman. She is playing Queen Hippolyta,
Oh,
Wonder Woman's
nice.
mother.
Hmm.
And as mature as she looks here, she doesn't look as old as she eventually gets to look in other things.
I was going to say she doesn't even look Frau Blucher age. Like, I mean, they must have been around the same time that these were shot. But I guess they just did a lot of makeup and black and white and all of that. It probably made a difference.
Yeah. A black and white photograph does make you look a lot older.
Hmm.
Oh man, she looks so beautiful. Every boy's crush in the 1970s.
Do love Lynda Carter. She was definitely one of my earliest crushes, that's for sure.
Mm.
I wonder why they didn't bring Cloris Leachman back later on. Maybe she was just shooting something else.
Yeah, I think she didn't want to commit to you know, the TV scheduling.
How many episodes was the later version in then? I assumed it would have been just like a one-off guest thing, so it wouldn't have been too much of a problem.
Mm. Carolyn Jones, I think she was in like 3 or 4 episodes, and especially the episodes when they introduced their equivalent to Wonder Girl, Deborah Winger.
Yeah, I knew she comes into it later on, but I have no idea when.
Yeah.
It is funny though that she's saying maybe the world of man has come to enjoy peace like we do during World War II.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the worst time in history to be saying that. I do like Cloris Leachman. She's got great comic timing. Even in that moment there, she brought out a little bit of humor from it.
Yep.
And yeah, it's that exact same picture of the president again. Like, it's this. Maybe it was the only one they had the right to use, but maybe it's just a really famous picture of him. I don't know. Is she the same one that was a Nazi spy earlier?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm assuming he's about to be poisoned. It's a hell of a bruise on his forehead.
Well, I didn't see anything.
You can't see the bruise on his forehead.
No.
It's makeup, but it's huge. Maybe you can't see it on the DVD compared to the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
He's got this great big purple bruise. I like that they're bringing in some sort of Greek influence with the costuming.
Well, that's how they originally established it in the first comics. You know, it was the Amazons.
Mm. You know, it would just be very easy for television just to put them in basic sort of togas or something, you know?
Yeah.
Just that sort of thing, just very basic white sheets that don't have a lot of detail, but they actually had like intricate stitching and stuff. Like, I doubt they made any of those costumes for the show. They were probably stuff that the studio already had, but still, it's appreciated. And let's face it, I doubt they would have had to make Nazi costumes because how many war films had they the studio probably made over the years? They probably had a warehouse full of them.
Yeah. And in some cases, the Nazi uniforms that some of these productions were using were actual Nazi uniforms that were taken from not dead guys, but prisoners.
Mm. Let's face it, during the heyday of like films set in World War II, where there was just tons and tons of them coming out, like movie studios probably owned more Nazi uniforms than actual Nazis.
Yeah.
Good answer. I think this is the youngest I've seen Cloris Leachman looking,
Mm.
and yeah, it's strange because I'm suddenly developing a crush on Cloris Leachman, and I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. But
Oh, great.
she's genuinely very beautiful in this.
Oh, great. Tom's going after the Cougars now.
Well, I'm nearly their age myself. I don't know how old she is in this, but if she's in her 40s, I'm not that far off.
Mm. You know, her statement just now that they have a perfect society, I would tend to disagree with that. And this is going by the Star Trek standard.
Mm,
It's stagnant. It's not moving.
true, true.
And why is that? Because they can't make more of themselves. So of course they're immortal.
Yeah, they're just staying the same.
Yeah.
Then again, I wouldn't want men to go to that island because, let's face it, the rest of the world is in war right now. So they're clearly doing something right.
Yeah.
I've got to say, across the board, this show's had pretty good set design so far.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that that's a matte painting in the background because none of the leaves are moving, but it actually does genuinely look good.
Yep. And now we have the infamous tournament, which Diana will participate in a masked form.
Man, this must have been an expensive pilot. Like, really expensive for the time. Just the number of matte paintings and even just the number of extras that they've had in it so far.
Yep.
Let's face it, it's Hollywood movies that haven't got this many extras these days.
Yeah, now thanks to people like George Lucas, you want extras? Ah, we'll digitally create them.
Or just don't bother at all. You know, let's face it, how many movies that were shot during COVID come out and it's just like city streets are just empty? Even the most recent Spider-Man movie, New York is just dead in that movie. There's almost no one around.
Yeah.
It's understandable, you know, COVID, it changed a lot, but I do miss the days when you would have directors that literally hire like 100 extras for a scene. Makes the world feel lived in.
Yeah. But that's gone the way of the dodo bird somewhat.
Yeah. Trying to resist turning into a lech. I just keep thinking this is like the precursor to Baywatch. So much slow motion running.
Yeah, but unlike Baywatch, there's actually a point to this.
Yeah, there's actually a story which makes me enjoy this more. It is funny though, because this is feature length, but if you removed all the slow motion, it'd probably be the length of a regular episode. But I wouldn't want them to do that, to be honest.
Well, when this was put into reruns, they cut it into two pieces.
I don't like when they do that. If it was shot as one, it should be released as one forever.
Oh yeah, I think there's one man who could do it. Actually, two in DC: Superman and the Flash.
Tell you what, the sparking effect on her bracelets looks really good. But I don't know if that was a compositing thing or if they actually had like little charges or something in the bracelets that blew at certain moments. But whatever they did, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's matching too closely for that to be a composited effect. They had to have like little charges or something ready to blow in the bracelets.
Yeah.
I don't see how else they could have done that.
And so we have our Wonder Woman.
So does she know it's her daughter yet?
Nope. She's about to find out.
Oh, she's gonna lose it. I'm glad I bought the Blu-ray because man, the detail on this is incredible. I wish they'd released Superboy like this.
Mm.
I don't even care that most of the visual effects shots would just still look like VHS. I'll take what I can get with that show, to be honest. Leachman's face. Brilliant acting. Says so much. And Lynda Carter as well. Like, she's actually tearing up. Wow.
Yeah.
You can see why she's still thought of as like the best Wonder Woman. Like, I can't see Gal Gadot ever giving a performance that touches me like this.
Well, at least.
I actually liked the skirt. Like, I would have been fine with them keeping it, to be honest.
Well, there was a joke that they made in a show called The Naked Truth that starred Taya Leone in the 90s
Mm.
that actually Lyle Waggoner guest starred in. The whole crux of the episode was he was looking for the original skirted version of the costume for his collection.
Hmm.
And he says the reason why they decided to go with the underpants version, we'll call it, is
Mm.
they wanted less Wonder, more woman.
Okay. See, I'm even one of those guys. I like the Wonder Woman costume that has the pants. Like, I think that can look really, really cool. Like with the stars going down each leg, I think it can look really cool.
If done right.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't look like the failed Wonder Woman pilot from the 2000s,
Yep.
where they're just leather pants, which I cannot imagine working well when you're trying to fight crime. Interesting how they've got the invisible jet in this. Like the way that they're actually doing it visual effects wise, it looks like literally they built a plane out of glass. Maybe that's exactly what they did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Music's good.
The one good thing about Gal Gadot is at least when she speaks, because of her accent, you could feel like she is, you know, quote unquote otherworldly. You
Yeah.
know.
I think they should try and find like a Greek actress for the next one. Get an actress who's actually got a Greek accent, so it really reflects the inspiration for the character. That would be fun.
Yeah, but not a Greek accent like the one that what's his name put on for Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't even remember what that accent was like.
Ew.
I don't even think I've seen Love and Thunder actually.
Yeah,
I think I put it on once and then turned it off because I just didn't think it was that
good.
good. I'm not a big fan of Marvel anymore. I don't think their movies have really gripped me for a long time. Does the Wonder Woman costume still exist, do you think?
I
I
think so.
imagine Lynda Carter, must own one at least. I mean, if I was her, I'd have it on a mannequin, you know. Well, I guess the drink she gave him earlier wasn't poison then.
No, because
Since
remember
he's
he had
still...
the bottle.
Oh, fair enough. She could have poisoned the glass, There could have been something in the glass. And yeah, it's that picture again. It's got to just be a really famous picture. Maybe someone in the comments can tell us, like, what's the story with this? Is it just the only photo of him they had the rights to use because it was cheaper or something?
Probably the easiest one to find.
Yeah. It might just turn out that's just a very common photo that they used in World War II for motivation.
Mm.
Maybe it was his version of like the Churchill photo where he's sticking the middle finger, like the two fingers up, and that. Churchill's got his cigar. Johnson had his cigarette holder. That is the correct response to seeing Lynda Carter in that costume walking down the street. I maybe wouldn't start following her though. That's just weird. Like turn and look, but start following her down the street. That's just weird.
Well, men are following her.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though. I suppose this is a different era.
Well, it is the 1940s, so yeah. Remember, during the 40s, women dressed very modestly.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So that's why all the women were gasping when they saw her.
I swear I know this actress. What do I know her from?
I know her too.
I definitely know her from something else, but I can't for the life of me think what it is. Her tried to con somebody else. You pulled her into your shop and then tried to sell her just the first dress you pick off the shelf for a ridiculous sum. I swear I know that guy with the glasses as well. I like how they're actually in the editing when she's doing the bracelets. They're actually like cutting forward at a
Yeah.
certain point. It gives it a real sort of kinetic energy to it. Almost like it's her super speed or something that she's got, some sort of super reflexes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in New York for what, 15 minutes? Already stopped a crime.
Actually, I think this is Washington D.C.
Oh, is it Washington? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know US cities. Whenever it's an American city, I always just assume it's New York for some reason. Yeah, the guy in the car, I swear I know him from something. Like, is he like a famous comedy like actor or something? Or maybe he was just in an episode of Batman 66 as well or something. I don't know. Maybe he was a guest star in a Star Trek episode. Yeah, this guy with the hat and the glasses. I'm sure I know him from something else.
It's Mr. Hengist from Star Trek.
Oh, is it?
You remember the episode Wolf in the Fold when Scotty is taken over by Jack the Ripper?
I love that episode. That's why I know him. Huh. I knew him from somewhere.
No, it's not him. It's Red Buttons.
Red Buttons?
Yeah, the famous comedian. They look
Maybe
so
I'm.
similar. That's why I mistook them for a second.
Huh. Maybe I just mistook him. I can't say I know the name Red Buttons.
Over $1 for a good steak dinner.
God, if I could get a good steak dinner for $1, I'd be very happy. I'd eat nothing else.
Mm.
It's funny how superheroes are always hounded by people like that, trying to make them famous, you know. They never seem to understand that that's not their motivation.
Yeah.
I had no idea how many actors that I'm a fan of were in this, and it's just the first episode as well. Like, I can't wait to see some of the guest stars that are going to appear.
Now this one I know I'm right on. The general is played by the same actor who later went on to play Clark's father in Christmas Vacation.
Hmm. It's the only one of the vacation films that I've actually seen. I should probably watch the others at some point.
Mm.
I do find Chevy Chase funny, so well, his early work anyway. Early work and Community. Everything else, shit like Karate Dog. No. Karate Dog
Karate
and
Dog?
Karate Dog, yeah. I don't know if he was the voice of the Karate Dog or not, but he was in it. And Zoom Academy for Superheroes with Tim Allen. That was a terrible, terrible film.
Never saw it.
Oh, it's awful. And Tim Allen actually had the nerve to say when promoting it, "Oh, this basically like a spiritual successor to Galaxy Quest for me." It was not. Galaxy Quest is a masterpiece. Zoom is awful.
Yeah.
Kate Mara's good in it though. It was one of her earlier works.
I don't really particularly care for her.
I like her in some things. She was terrible as Sue Storm, though. I've got to say that. But then that was a bad movie all round. Nobody was good in that.
That movie
Even
was
yeah, even
that was
Michael B. Jordan, who is like one of the most charismatic actors working today, could not make that movie good, and that's saying something.
the only one who could have made that movie good is Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, but obviously he's not in it.
Like we didn't know it was Diana in disguise.
It is funny how I guess even modern TV shows, but it's always a funny trope when just a really bad disguise somehow fools everyone.
Mm.
But this is a comic book world. If Clark Kent can put on glasses and not be recognized, yeah, that is something I hadn't really thought about. Like, what is she going to do for money? Because I have no idea in this, like, what Diana Prince, the alternate ego, I don't know what her job is in this even.
Well, in the original comics, what she did was she came across a woman who was also named Diana Prince, who she took her identity because the woman was going off to like Mexico to get married. So theoretically, she wouldn't be Diana Prince any longer. It was
Fair
very
enough.
weird.
It's very strange to start off this superhero's career with just casual fraud, like identity fraud.
Yeah.
But then what else could she do?
Yep.
I can't believe she actually took him up on his offer.
Well, she had no choice.
Mm. I suppose it's the only job offer she had at that point. Did she become like a lawyer or a reporter or something in this? I have no idea what
Nope.
her job is.
She becomes Steve's secretary
Fair enough.
in the
Even in the
military.
even in the modern day stuff.
Uh I don't know about the modern day, but at this time she was Steve Trevor's secretary.
Right. Was she gonna have like some secret Nazi gun or something that shoots explosive bullets? Just because I thought she was talking to the spy woman. What did you say the guy's name is? Red something?
Red Buttons.
Red Buttons. I think he's got to have been in something, like, unless he just really does look so much like that other actor that I'm just getting them confused.
Yeah. They do look a lot alike. And sound alike too.
Hmm.
But Red Buttons he was a famous comedian at least since the 1940s.
Hmm. I've seen quite a few of like old Hollywood like black and white films and stuff, so maybe I've seen him when he was young in something. I don't know. I just love that the old lady had a Tommy gun in her bag and nobody's questioning it. Like, nobody's like, ma'am, why do you have this? Why do you have this just in your handbag? She seems very happy to be trying to murder someone as well. I've scrolled through his entire IMDb. I don't know him from anything else. It must just be that other actor.
Mm.
It was annoying me. I had to look it up. But yeah, I need. There's no way I need to look up these two though. I'd consider myself a fan of both of them. And yeah, the shorter one here, like he's in a few episodes of Sabrina the Teenage Witch as well that I've just remembered.
Yep. But he was most famous for being on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In the 60s.
He's just done so much work. I think I very much doubt there's anyone in our comment section that doesn't know him from something. I was gonna say he took it quite well, but I saw that coming. Honestly, he's lucky she left him half the cash, really. You tried to kill me, I'm like, well, screw you, I'm taking the lot then.
Yeah, you would do what Peter Parker did
Oh yeah.
in the 2002 movie.
I suppose great power, great responsibility.
Oh boy, and of course, he's
So
involved with the Nazis.
yeah. That was funny. Forgetting the High Hitler.
Hmm.
It's funny, some of the blue screen doesn't look that bad, but
Some looks like crap. This one doesn't look too bad.
yeah, that was passable. If it was in HD, it might have blended a little bit better, but what can you do? He would have been pretty good as Batman, you know.
Mm, a serious Batman, not camp.
Yeah. Like if they had rebooted a new live action Batman series like around this time, yeah. Did he do much voiceover work? Because he's got a decent voice. I can imagine him having a pretty good career in animation.
I don't know if he did any animation voiceover work, but he might have done commercials.
Hmm. No, it's him. Oh, so she was in on it as well.
Oh,
Or she's
and
just a coward and running away.
mm, and if you look at the other thug that's here, it's Severin Darden.
What
Another
would I know
planet,
him from?
the fourth and fifth Planet of the Apes films.
I don't think I've seen those, to be honest. I know I've seen the first one. I think I've seen the second,
Mm.
but yeah. Oh, they knocked him out.
Uh, he also did a lot of other stuff, including the movie Saturday the 14th, the spoof of horror movies that Richard Benjamin starred in the 80s.
No, I never saw them.
I think, yep, this is the first spin.
Indeed. And it's funny that this was Lynda Carter's idea as well. I know that. They were trying to do something fun for the transition thing.
Yep.
It was her idea just to spin on the spot. I think because she was a dancer at one point or something. Considering she's been undercover for 5 years, you'd think they would have done something by now. They must be pretty crappy spies.
Well,
I suppose they're just feeding information or something.
feeding misinformation, probably.
And feeding correct information to the Germans as well.
Yep. Playing on his patriotism.
Hmm. So okay, maybe that's why they chose that painting, that picture, because they wanted us to know there was something behind it.
Yep.
They wanted us to draw attention. Okay, so at least Wonder Woman noticed that there was something off about that. Nobody else seemed to. Yeah. And the lighting just went really stylish again suddenly. It's an
Probably,
interesting choice.
probably to hide the stunt doubles.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's probably that. You're right. Although it's not exactly the most complicated fight scene. And you can tell a lot of the time it's actually them. It's a lot more sort of gritty in the way that it's shot than Batman was, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure Batman used that same technique of grabbing onto the light fixture and swinging, kicking. And yeah, I do appreciate that there's still humor in this show, even if it is slightly grittier than Batman. Because there's definitely a lot of humor in this, but the way it's shot is definitely a lot more gritty.
Yeah.
I think it's all the broken glass that does it.
Up. She's putting the lasso of truth on her.
Part of me wishes they just made a Lynda Carter Wonder Woman movie, like a theatrical release.
Mm.
Because this has been good enough that a few small changes and they could have easily released this in theaters.
She's got an hour to get there.
Hmm. I do like that she's getting a taste of her own medicine here. She used truth serum on Steve Trevor, and now she's got the lasso of truth,
Yep.
making her do the exact same thing. It's brilliant. Clever. That's got to just be like a plastic plane, see-through plastic plane or something. But
Yeah.
it really does look pretty good. I swear that was the same sound effects for the submarine that they used in Batman the movie as well.
Yeah.
It's probably from the same collection of stock sound effects. Yeah, if they made a movie, a lot of these visual effects, if you did them in higher resolution, they probably would still look pretty decent on screen. I don't know if it would have been quite the hit that Superman the movie would be, but still. Love it. Is this a power that she's got in the comics?
The
Impersonation like that?
I don't think so.
It's an interesting choice. I like it. Part of me wishes there was like a flashback sequence to her childhood, like using it to get out of trouble by impersonating her mother or something. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Just something to set it up a little bit. I mean, what are they going to do if she doesn't? Are they just going to let the Nazi spy go? Like, it's one of those like basic special effects things, just having a superhero kick down a door like that. But it always makes me smile. It's just such a fun trope. So, does he not find out that Wonder Woman and Diana are the same person till later
Nope.
or something?
He
Does he
doesn't
ever
find out
find
at
it?
all. Nope.
Wow. Well, I'm sure that will lead to some funny scenes and stuff in the episodes to come.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess he just noticed that the pictures changed.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess that's why they chose that photo. They wanted us to remember it. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's a really great pilot. The show. Um, I don't know if future episodes are going to look quite as expensive as this one did. I mean, I wouldn't even say that this looks ridiculously expensive, but it clearly had a decent budget for the
Well,
time,
the
especially for
first
TV.
season was a lot more expensive than everything else because they were using 1940s clothing, 1940s
Mm,
vehicles. They were making it look like a period piece. And that's one of the reasons why when it went to season two, they jumped it up to the 1970s because
yeah,
they were trying to save some money.
I'm glad that they stuck with World War II for at least one season. Um, it certainly makes it different to a lot of other superhero media. You know, there's not that many period pieces, especially on TV.
Yeah,
You know, I know that I know they're doing a Spider-Man noir TV series at the moment with Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because I liked his character in the animated Spider-Verse movies. It's interesting though that he's going with the name Ben Riley as well.
I think that's because they don't want to confuse it with Peter Parker.
That's basically it, yeah. And but it's a good way to do it, you know. It's yeah, I think it's going to be a fun series. I'm looking forward to it. As long as let's face it, it can't be any worse than Sony's movies that they've done around the Spider-Man villains. But that's the only period piece superhero like live action thing that I can actually think of on TV.
Yeah,
I mean, I know there's probably been animated stuff that's been set in the past, and you know, you've had one-off episodes that would do like either time travel or they would just do a story set in the past to reveal some information or whatever about some current villain. You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, I can't think of any other show that had the balls to go for a period piece for an entire season.
yeah.
I really enjoyed this show. I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought the action for the most part was pretty good. There were a few moments where I thought the editing could have been a little bit tighter, um, but nothing majorly egregious. It didn't take me out of it necessarily. It just it felt like it was of its time a little bit too much at times. Some of the editing was, yeah, there was just some editing techniques that were used that I don't know if you would get away with today, because cinematic language has kind of changed in that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to complain about the visual effects, because I'm sure for the time on TV they were pretty good.
Yeah, they were definitely a step above Star Trek in some cases.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. And I've got to say as well, the set design is something that Star Trek did very well as well. I like how stylish the lighting looks at times in this show. Like some of the sets, like just the choices of the lighting, it gave it such depth. Like, let's face it, nowadays everything is very flatly lit. It's the meme, isn't it, where it's Netflix lighting, where everything basically looks the same because it's all shot for HDR 4K, and it's just makes everything look very bland and samey. There's not a lot of depth. But shows like this back then, they weren't afraid to go high contrast with the lighting, and
Yeah.
I think it works. It gives it a really cinematic look at times. Yeah, I can't say enough for this first episode. I thought it was a really, really good one. And considering it was feature length, it didn't feel like it. Like, this felt like maybe a 42-minute episode. It really did.
It was very fast paced.
Indeed. Like, I'm looking forward to watching another episode. It'll probably be a little while, because obviously there are other shows that we're watching.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm going to look forward to watching episode 2. Or is it technically episode 3? Like, I don't know how they've numbered them, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, in the DVD, they've numbered it as episode 1, because technically this is a feature-length film pilot. I think when they originally aired it, they aired it as a one-night, 2-hour event.
I'm assuming that each episode has like its own title on this. It's not just episode 1, episode 2. So yeah, when we release the next episode, I'm sure I'll just put the title of that episode in the title of the YouTube video, like I usually do, and shouldn't be too difficult for people to stay in sync with us. Even if
episode is Wonder Woman meets Baroness von Gunther, and that's the only comic book villain of hers that ever actually hit the show.
Really, that's a shame.
Yep.
You would think even what's her villain that was in the second movie? Kristen Wiig played her, Cheetah or something.
Yeah,
like I could imagine they could have done something with her if they'd wanted to. Maybe they just would have given her like a cheetah print, like, woman's suit or something. Something to, even if they couldn't go full like animal with it, just put her in like cheetah suits, like maybe give her a scarf or something with cheetah print. I don't know. I thought it was a great first episode anyway. What did you guys think? If you enjoyed watching this episode, let us know in the comments. What was your favorite scene, favorite moment, favorite character, whatever, yeah, just interested to hear what other people think of this show, because I think this is the first time I've ever seen this episode, that's for sure. Because none of it was familiar to me. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Should we give this a score out of 10 before we go quickly, actually?
Yeah, why not?
I'd give this an 8.5, personally. I think it's a solid 8.5.
Agreed.
Okay, so that's it. 8.5. We'll see you next week. Not sure what we'll be watching just yet, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yep.
Take care.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.